Hey, today I'm going to show you how I take out these big dents in plastic bumpers. Hey, I'm Steven from Excel Dent Removal over here in Blaine, Minnesota. Have you ever backed into a tree or a post, or somebody bumped into the corner of your bumper and left one of these big dents like this? Well, what we do is we get in behind there and take them out. And you have seen on YouTube here, people have poured hot water on it. Maybe they've heated up with a hair dryer or something like that. And that works pretty well. I'm going to show you my method here today on how we do it and get a little bit better result. All right, so you can see here, this has got a nice big dent in it. Customer here brought the vehicle in. He had accidentally bumped into a tree and popped the dent in. And from what you can see here, it pushed in this corner really well. And what it also did is, when that happens, when you get this impact that pushes in like that, it actually pops out this corner here a little bit like this. You can kind of see it pulls away. There's just some clips that hold it on and everything. So what I've done is I've already gotten in here and loosened it up. So on the inside there's some screws here, there's some screws on the bottom, and also on the bottom underneath here there is a couple of clips that hold it on. And then inside the trunk area here there is some screws and bolts, and this all holds the bumper on. And then from there I just have to loosen it up, and I've already got it loose, so I just can pop it off here and this pulls it away. Now you can see I didn't bother taking off the other side because I'm only needing to work on this side, so I don't need to take the whole bumper off. It helps to leave it here hanging on the car so that, you know, I can still get to it. It's not dragging on the floor and scratching it up or anything like that. Now the main reason I do that is so I can actually get behind here, and if you can kind of tell, it's a bit dark, but the big bump there in the panel, in the bumper, is pushed in. And so normally when you're watching videos and you see somebody heating it up with a hair dryer or something, they heat up the plastic on the outside and the paint, which is fine, but you can only get it so hot before you start burning the paint on it. So what I do is I loosen it up and I actually take a heat gun. So I've got regular heat gun you can get at the hardware store. It's not too industrial or anything like that, but it gets it nice and hot. And I will actually heat it up from the inside and from the outside. So I'll get in here, heat it all up on the inside here, and then also on the outside, so that way I don't damage the paint or burn it or anything like that. So you can see here as I'm doing this, I heat the outside here and also heat the inside. And that helps me to heat it from both sides without damaging, burning the paint with the heat gun. And you'll notice when I'm doing this, I actually heat up the pressure points here. So you've got this pressure point right at the top where it buckles, another pressure point right here in the center where this body line is, and then also another point down here at the bottom where there's a body line and a curve. And it's important to go ahead and heat those areas up because you want to continue to take the pressure off those points. Those are the ones that are really tight, and those are the ones that are going to be tough to push out the rest of the way. And you also notice I'm just constantly moving this gun, constantly moving it. You don't want to let it sit for more than a second in one spot because it'll just burn right through the paint. Now as I heat this up, I usually just do it by feel. I've done it enough times that, you know, I can kind of just put my hand on it and tell if it's hot enough. I don't just leave my hand on there because this is very hot. You always want to be safe with this. If you put your hand on there too long, you're just going to burn your hand. I just lightly tap it and I can tell how warm it is. Now normally I do have an infrared temperature gun here. So it's about 80 degrees in the shop here. So if I hold this, you can see temperature gun here. If I hold this at a different part of the bumper, it says it's about 94, probably because the heat gun is nearby. So I'm gonna feel how this warm this gets. Then we'll put the gun on it here and see what we get. I don't really have a set temperature or anything like that. Like I said, I've just done it by feel. It's pretty warm. Get a reading here. It says it's about 165 or so, you can see there. So you could maybe get it up to about 180, a couple hundred degrees sometimes, but you want to be very careful. Probably don't want to get it more over 180, you're going to start burning the paint. Now I'm going to keep on heating this here. I've almost got it to about 180 to 200 degrees. it definitely does cool off pretty quick, so I want to keep it warm. Sometimes you can have a heat gun, or if you've got a helper, you can kind of keep it on a stand, but be careful, you know, not to burn yourself when you're doing it. Now, living in Minnesota here, we've got some cold winters, so we've got nice big insulated leather mitts, so I use that on the inside. Get in here, I'll start at this bigger point and start to slowly push it out a little bit here. Kind of work with it. Try and take out some of the wrinkles. I want to get back down here and keep some heat on this bottom to keep working that other pressure point that's down at the bottom here. Now you're going to want to make sure you use a big heavy-duty rag or a cold towel or a nice big leather mitt to get in here and push it out. You definitely don't want to put your hand on here. All right, I'll let you take a look at this here, show you what we've got. So, as you can see, I've got most of it out. There are just a few little wrinkles in it in a couple of spots, and I'll continue to heat it up here and get inside here and smooth some of these little wrinkles out and things. All right, there you have it. I've got the dent all out, looking good. I spent probably about another 30 minutes on it, just kind of fine tuning it with some of my PDR tools. Have a big rubber tip that I was able to get in there and push on it from the inside and the outside, and that helps smooth it out. And then put the bumper back on and buff some of the minor scratches and stuff from hitting the tree that was on there. If you're going to try some DIY dent repair and try and fix something yourself, these plastic bumpers probably would be the one to try it on. You probably wouldn't do too much damage. If you were, you probably would have had to replace the bumper anyway. Thanks for watching the video today. If you learned anything, hit that like button and share this video out with a friend. Show them what you discovered today. If you got any questions, hit me up in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.